Cool. Hello. Welcome, friends, to another edition of What I Played This Month, July edition. So, going over these games in no particular order, we have Mind Over Magic, Wintermore Tactics Club, Tower Tactics Liberation, Ratropolis, Tales of Majayal, Payday 2, Disco Elysium, Once Human, Apex Legends, Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, Smite. And so I guess I'll kind of explain how I feel about each of them now. Um, so I think there was a Steam sale going on, and I was able to get some of these because they've been on my list for a good while. Mind Over Magic. Um, so this is, I believe it's Clay's new game that they have out. I think it's in beta right now. And so I enjoy this type of game, but I'm not good at this type of game. So even just getting started, there's obviously a huge learning curve in terms of I've played their other games like um, Don't Starve. I've played, not good at it. Oxygen Not Included. I've played. I feel like I'm a bit better at it. Um, there may be some others. We'll come back to it. But yeah, it's interesting. I'm sure like once I get good at it, like it's gonna be pretty fun. It is their Oxygen Not Included style, but with wizards. You're building a wizard school. And so I enjoyed it. I need to get back to it. It is, hopefully with this video, I'll remember to get back to it. It's on my list. And that's it for Mind Over Magic. Wintermore Tactics Club. So this so far, I'm still in the preliminary of I guess the actual game because they're still teaching me mechanics. For the little bit I played, it's been on my list for a little while. When I placed it on my list, I was craving a Final Fantasy Tactics, Tactics Advance style game. And I think this could deliver if you'd had nothing, but we've had recent releases that are, I don't know if they're actually good or not, but we've had some releases recently, and so I'd have to get more into the swing of things, but wasn't necessarily disappointed. So far, it's a lot of story. I'm kind of engrossed in the story. It seems okay. Pretty light. So, like I said, I have to come back to that. Play it some more. Get a part 2 perhaps on that game. Tower Tactics Liberation. This game. I think I'm actually enjoying it. I haven't played it in a minute because I've been trying to work on some other projects. But this game I'm able to bring around, just like play it more often than the others. It's a quick roguelike where you're building tower defense, and so I think it's pretty fun. I think this is to be fair, this is a must purchase for a lot of people. If you're interested, like take a look at the trailer. If it looks appealing to you at any, I'd say get it. It's definitely worth the money. I feel like this will be a game I could put a lot of hours to. So who knows? I may decide to put some of this on the channel. We'll see. But yeah, I highly recommend this game. I won't even say I haven't played a lot. Out of all of the games on this list, other than let's just say the regulars, I probably put more time into this game than any of the other games on this list. So not to make that a indicator of, not necessarily say quality, but indicator of this game, it's, like I said, other than the regulars, probably everything else on this list, I played that the most. Next is, let's see, Ratropolis. We're gonna go at least in order that I think I played them. I don't know how I got this. I feel like I got this maybe through the Steam store, I think. It is on Steam, I think. But I need to put more hours into this game. I don't think I quite yet understand. I think I get the how you play, and it has to be that way in order for it to differentiate itself from like the likes of Kingdom come to play in terms of the 2D or the side-scrolling. You're building up the left and right, and you're having waves of enemies come at you. Except with this, you do have economy building in Kingdom, so I guess it's a different season, different spin on it. It is gonna take some learning, some getting used to. I will say that. And so, would I recommend it? I feel like I'd have to play it more before I could say I recommend it. Not to say it's not recommended, but I definitely played like a couple, like I grabbed a couple videos here or there just to get some footage, and I really haven't touched it since. So I mean, I definitely have to like put a little bit more time into there. Like I unlocked a few characters, but I was trying to get good with the first character that you unlocked, just so like I could have like a base understanding of how the game is played and like hopefully at least achieve a win. So like I said, I have to check back probably once I've done that, so I can probably give you like a better opinion on Retropolis. I'm not gonna say it's not, you know, it's not, but I definitely I'll probably say Retropolis was equal in time to like Mind Over Magic. It wasn't that I disliked them, it's just, I don't know, I think I've got what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 games on this list, you know, so there's not a lot of time that gets put into a lot of these, so I gotta put more time into that. Tales of Maj'Eyal. So I have a long running history with this game. This game, if you do not know of this game, you need to buy this game right now, and it's relatively cheap. It is a really good game, and it's always being updated. Like, if you play the game and log into global chat, you can, you'll see the updates that are coming in. And so, you can see that I don't even know, I don't even remember the guy's name. He's updating it, like constantly adding new stuff. And there's so much stuff in it already. There's so many different like classes and races you can play as. And then there's even like variations in between the particular races and whatnot. So yeah, I'd highly recommend it. So yeah, I've been putting some hours into that. These times I was trying to perform, I was trying to make a I believe I wanted to go like a brawler. I always want to go brawler, and I guess I can tell the story here. I was running through the dungeons, and I wonder if I have it recorded. I was running through the dungeons. I have a particular order that I go in. I got to the last of the rotation, and so by that I mean whenever I play, there's a rotation of like 4 dungeons that I kind of hit in a particular order, the way that I build up my character and kind of like get them to level up and like make, to me, the most competent use of the dungeons around you, to like get the most bang for your buck, if you will. And so I finally got to the end of my rotation. Like, I hit the other 3 dungeons and I was on the last dungeon. And for me, even though you start in Trollmire, I actually finish the first 2 levels, back out, and then go hit the other dungeons, and then come back so I can fully sweep it. Because starting out, I found that running Trollmire to the fullest, like you go 3 levels and then there's an additional one, depending, because I want to say it's only one, but I feel like sometimes it may extend to 2, or I don't know. I feel like it's always a 3-stage dungeon. But anyways, we're not gonna worry about that. But I feel like you're too under leveled to fully complete it. So instead of getting to like level 3, trying to then do level 4, backing out or dying and having to restart if you're playing roguelike, it's better just to hit the first 2, back out, and do whatever. So I had done that, came back, and as I'm clearing so I killed the boss, and I was clearing the actual like extra area there. I believe the boss had a rune of reflect, and me being a brawler character, you can put points into your skills to where you're launching 2 punches per attack, versus every time you launch an attack, it's essentially 1 punch. So what I was able to do is, whenever my character goes to attack another character, as long as my first punch connects, I throw a second punch to deal additional damage. And so, being the crit build of a brawler, I was doing a lot of damage, let's just say. And so I run up to punch the boss, and he was faster than me. So he activates a reflect, and I just watch as I melee crit myself once, and because it connected on him, it reflected the crit again on me, and I just like nuked myself, and I was like, oh. No way. So I was like, wait, how did he kill me? No way, like he one-tapped me. What did he do? And then it was like, no, he activated the rune. It's unfortunate, because I think the first punch did hit him. It still reflected the crit back to me, but the second punch didn't hit him. That went all to me. So I'm just like, oh no. So yes, this game is very fun. Yes, wholly recommend. Even if not even on sale, buy this game full price. Buy the expansions. Give this team money. Give him money. Yes, buy it. Payday 2. So I've been playing Payday since beta. Kind of on and off. Like I played it a lot. Haven't really played it too much. Haven't really played any of the expansions. Haven't really bought any of the new expansions. But I've been trying to dip my toes back into it. Once again, I kind of like the idea of playing Payday, but my skill is so bad that I can only really do like low-level heists. So, hey, if you see me out there, let's team up. I'm running low-level heists. We're hitting liquor stores. So, I definitely got Disco Elysium. It's been on my wish list for a good while. Once again, there was a Steam sale, and I was able to acquire it for a measly 95% off. So we had to go ahead and get that. It was mere dollars. So this game is interesting. I'm glad. I don't want to say I'm glad that I spoiled it almost for myself, but I know I'm not coming in fully clean when it comes to knowledge about the game or the mechanics. So I don't know how or where the idea came from. I believe it came from an outside source. This was not an idea of my own being. I heard someone do it, or maybe it was someone said they wish they had done it, or how the game would play out if they had done this. And so I decided to take that and like run with it to the fullest. So coming to your stats at the beginning, it is a RPG, it is a point and click RPG where the graphics, I don't want to say looks like you're in a painting, but it is very immaculately done. And then it cuts to, say, like, whatever you're doing, it would cut to the graphics. So say like you're looking at a clipboard, it will show you the actual clipboard, like in a picture, so you can actually see it up close. And so, yeah, I picked my stat. I went to max that out, and I'm only kind of focused on maxing it out. Now I have since then broken that rule, and I now try to keep extra skill points in the bank, just sitting in my pocket, unused, until I come to a skill check that I feel is unfavorable. I go pump that stat if I have enough points, and then I do the check. I found that this is I wouldn't say the best, but it's the most optimal for me, because I can then decide if there's an option that I want to do, but it takes additional skill points, instead of being like, oh, I gotta do something else because I don't got the points. I can do what I want to do and actually like play the text, so to speak. It doesn't always work out. It also works out sometimes not in my favor, because then you'll have a skill check and something else immediately after that you really want to pass. So, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So far, I feel like it's worked out, but I can definitely see how the game would play differently if you would play like certain ways. So I'm really enjoying Disco Elysium. Once again, it's taken a back seat because other games are in the rotation that I'm taking a look at, but yeah, that's a really good game. I highly recommend it. So I'm gonna skip and talk about Deus Ex not Human Revolution, but Mankind Divided. So I guess I can say I'm a fan of the Deus Ex games. I like the context, I like the gameplay in of itself, and I know that coming from the original, you have to do something not necessarily new and different, but the games cannot be more of themselves. At some point they have to be upgrades. So you had Human Revolution, at some point you had to upgrade to Mankind Divided. So it's like more, for what they do, you have to do more of it, or you have to do something better or something different or change it, you know. Combat's a bit different, you can do this, you have slightly different or more abilities, you know, almost expanded upon. So that with also the story, it can be easy to come up with one story about a global conspiracy theory or this or that, but unless this was, which I think it is, part of a trilogy, if you will, that we are probably not ever getting, you almost kind of build each story to be self-contained, as in like Human Revolution, self-contained. But once again with this game, like this is a sequel, so it's building off of that. Like you can't just do another quote unquote, you can't do, but you kind of are forced to, because that's kind of the namesake of the game. You can't have a Deus Ex game without there being some global conspiracy, even if you're following up on a previous game. So you have to decide what you're going to do. Be a direct sequel, which, I mean, I believe this. It does talk about events from the last game, but it's not really connecting. Like, you're maybe seeing so far, I've only seen 2 characters from the past. So I don't know how far in I am, but you know, you're getting all new characters, you're getting an all new story. Even though it's kind of related to the past, it just kind of gives you like an echo, if you will. So, I mean, we'll see how I feel about it at the end. I think I was gonna try to replay through Human Revolution and then play this one, but I got excited. I couldn't wait. I've really been wanting to play Mankind Divided since it came out, so getting the opportunity to do so. Thus far, I'm liking it. I'm doing my usual. I'm beating up everybody, trying to XP farm. You know, putting them down with the tranquilizer. You know, non-lethal, so I can get the most XP points. But I mean, I feel like it's, to be fair, it's kind of like a what's new. You know, with the Oblivion games, you try to do everything. You try to get out there with the 3D RPGs. You know, walking around, investigating everything, putting your nose to all the walls, checking out all the cracks. You know, so yeah. All right, so Once Human. This game, I think I heard a little bit about it, and then I heard it was bad and checked the Steam page, and it was mixed. So I don't know what kind of prompted me to take a second look. Maybe I saw someone else playing it, and so I took a look on the Steam page, and it's all positive now. So I started playing it, and let me tell you, I'm having some fun with this game. I definitely recommend it. I've been trying to get more time to play this, and I'm loving it. This game's pretty fun to look at, and for the early game vibes were amazing. I didn't understand, or I tried to build as late as possible to find the best spot. I've thus moved from that spot, but I don't know, the idea of just looking around and seeing just these, like, being in nature and coming across a perfectly manicured like finished wood foundation, you know, just not even like walls, just like flooring on the ground with a almost like it is a containment capsule sitting in the middle of it, but it looks like you know, like how they have like these stands in like museums to where it's like the block, like a white block, and then they have like a perfectly fit cube over the block so that you can fully see what's inside. It almost looks like that. So that with like a butterfly inside. And so early game playing this game, that's what you're coming across. And so me not realizing what they were people's bases essentially. I was just like, this is gorgeous. This is amazing. I was so taken aback. To me, that was inspiring. I was in awe. I was looking at them, and even though like they darted, like the first one I saw was like, oh. So I think I spawned, I walked across a bridge, and so at the bridge it was like a T intersection, so like the bridge kept going and turning the road, and then at the mouth of the bridge there was I think it's perpendicular, it's not parallel, there was an adjoining T to make a cross. And so in the upper right hand quadrant of that intersection there was just the foundation and the glass containing butterfly there. So I walked up and was like, what is this? Okay, that's kind of not necessarily creepy. Yes, kind of creepy, but that was like, oh, alright. And then as I went up, like I guess this was a mountain, I started to see more pop up, more of the same. So I was like, oh, I don't like this. This is kind of creepy. So like, even though it wasn't necessarily like that's probably not something the designers actually planned for, quote unquote. Because I mean, realistically, I think that's just the pattern of people. Like this person like went all the way out here to make this one, but everyone else like they're just darted like amongst like, oh yeah, okay, like it tells me to do this, I'll just like set it down right here and then go. And then, real estate gets more and more expensive essentially. So, I've seen that now as going forward, I've seen more properly built homes. I'm getting jealous. So I was like, let me make mine and let me make mine look nice. Because it was just like, sometimes you'd walk in and you just see like a really nice house, or someone made a tower, or someone made like a beach house, or someone made like I've been seeing some that were super minimalistic, that it was just like they have a bicycle rack, they have their mode of transportation, and then from there they have like a really nice, it almost looks like a shed, but at the same point in time it looks like really nice. So I was like, okay, like that looks really clean. So currently right now, well, I guess let me under explain. I like the storytelling behind the placements of what people have built. And so on my own little plot of territory, I've expanded it, and from there, I've gone ahead and I've built almost like a maze. So other people can, like, depending on how you build your home, I've seen a lot of people, they leave their doors open because obviously other people can't like break or like touch the house you've built. So if they don't leave the door open, you can't go in and explore their house. You can't do anything anyways, but some people like their privacy. So I was like, oh, I like that idea. So I actually built somewhat of like a maze. So I remember back in, what was that game? I believe it was Rust? Yeah, I think it's Rust. Normally, I would be using the square foundations to build like my base, but a friend of mine, he was like, "Why don't you use the triangles? Use the triangles because we can spiral it." And I was like, "Oh, because the whenever someone's breaching your base, they're aiming for your doors because doors have the least durability. And so from there, instead of building the walls, you build more doors. Because essentially what they're going to do, they're not going to waste it trying to go through your walls. Or they'll go through your doors thinking you don't have a lot of, like, because it's a spiral, they can't tell how deep it goes. They'll pick the doors over the wall and hopefully run out of ammo before they realize, oh, we probably should have just breached the wall. Which, even if they did that, depending on how deep your spiral is, you could go, like, they're gonna have to go real far. They're gonna need a lot of ammo, essentially. And so I used that concept when trying to build the base that I have, the spiral, or the maze. And so on one end, I have a room filled with my containment. So from then I've upgraded it, and the middle of the room, okay, so I guess let me explain. So I've split my base up into two separate sections for aesthetic reasons. And once again, one of my areas is like the living area. It's got all the like workbenches and everything that I need to do like different builds or whatever. And then the other is like where I house all of my deviations, all of the like quote unquote specimens. And so you would see my base, and the way that I have it set up, there's only two ways where the street is or where you can come from. I have a door facing there. And so that door, once again, is going to have many doors behind it, and it's going to spiral. And so at a certain spiral, you're going to get presented with a choice of going left or right. And so left will be like my house, and then right is going to go to like the specimens or whatever. That's just an example. That's not how it works. And so the way that I have the specimens set up, I have another spiral, and then whenever you get to the middle, it is the butterfly specimen sitting there in the middle. Well, no, actually, I've taken the butterfly specimen with me. I have another specimen there. I think it's like a gingerbread house or something like that. But anyways, I like the idea because it's everyone else's specimens are just like in a house. Mine's in this dark spiral of an enclosure, in this glass container. And so I also looked and found some furniture. And because of how I build my characters, I didn't really have access to a lot of the furniture as I should have because I spent it on other things instead of what they told me I should have spent it on. So the only thing I had access to was a like standing mirror. And so I grinded enough materials to create 4 mirrors. And so the enclosure for the specimen is like it's a box square, as I was describing before. The white pedestal with like the glass container on top. And so inside, like I said, it just looks like an art installation. But with me placing the mirrors facing the installation on either side, it looks really creepy. So I was like, oh, I love this. This is great. To where before, I was just thinking of it being on that plain foundation with the installation in the middle with the mirrors facing it, because that way everyone, like, you see it when you walk up, because everyone else's looks different, obviously, because once again, this is the very minimal that you need to establish a territory. You just put this here and it automatically spawns this in this configuration. So you're seeing these everywhere, but then you happen to come across one that you know it's there because you can tell by the shape, but this one looks different. Oh, this one has things poking up. Oh, are those mirrors? What are they what is that? Like, I really like that factor. So I feel like I've taken that feeling and amplified it now, because now you're going through the maze. Like, you didn't have to come in here. You saw an open door and you were like, oh, let me explore. And then you went inside and then you discovered this and you're like, oh, like it feels kind of wrong to be here. Let me leave. I feel like something might happen if I don't get out of here. Like, I like that. So I was like, okay, like we're gonna work with that. So once I played a boss. I've done it solo. I haven't necessarily partied with anybody yet, but for what the game is, I like it. You will definitely have to keep playing because your food will decay. I think I've gotten to the point to where I can build refrigeration, but I haven't actually done it yet. So maybe the game will get easier once I don't have to remake my food every day. So food spoils every day. So if you don't use it, you lose it. So managing your resources properly to like actually kill what your character needs to eat at a specific time right now is actually a thing. So once again, I recommend trying to find more hours to put time into it, but I think we'll get there. So, Apex Legends. I'm liking Apex. I have my good games and my bad games. Games where I feel like it's just effortless. Like I'm running in there, guns akimbo. This is before I just saw a video that talks about apparently the new season is gonna be guns akimbo. But running in there, or standing far away and shooting with my knuckle cluster as fuse. Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of out there having fun. I'm not even really, I say I'm not really trying to go for wins. I'm just kind of really trying to just like have some fun, get some kills, you know, save my teammates, be a hero. So, I mean, I can't really say too much. Like I said, it's really just same old, same old. I feel like the games are quick enough, and if it's not quick enough, then that might be for a reason. It might be good. So, at least at that point, well, it'll probably be worth it if it's longer than, you know, the 5 minutes it takes to pick your character, drop, hot drop, and then get instantly annihilated by 3 teams. So, yeah, I recommend. Plus, see you out there, legends. And Smite. So, me and Smite have a complicated relationship. I feel like, especially with Smite 2, I mean, I don't really know what else to say. I'm kind of playing Smite 2 here and there. Not too much. Still playing Smite regularly, but I don't know, I feel like the matches have been good recently. A lot of there's been some server issues, but other than that, I have my days. I'll get in my streaks. I'm trying to really just like find good plays. I think I want to put together like a montage video, but I don't know. We'll see. We might. But yeah, that's everything. That's what I played the month of July. So let me know if you have any recommendations. Let me know what you thought about what I played. Oh, also, here's some bonus for the video. Here's 2 games that I've downloaded over the past month, but I did not play yet. So maybe these will be on the upcoming for August of what I played, if I do a what I played. Alright. Or maybe I'll just do a video. Alright. Peace, y'all.